Hello and welcome back to Detail with Jess. Today's video is a sap removal process. When you're watching this video, mind you, this is the first time I've ever removed sap, so I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I decided it would be a great opportunity to record the sap removal process that I came upon on this interior-exterior detail of one of my clients. She had this car sitting under a pine tree for just 3 days, so it had gotten quite a bit of sap and pine needles on it. I just wanted to record this process for anyone that was new or hasn't done sap removal before, or maybe you're just someone that's coming to YouTube to look for how to remove sap. So I hope this helps you guys, and yeah, let's just get into the video. But I don't really like yellow jackets. So we're out here doing this Land Rover, and I'm just finishing up the interior real quick, just getting everything dressed. But the exterior of this Land Rover had a little unexpected surprise when I showed up. It's covered in sap. I had shared this with you guys in one of my previous videos, and you were like, oh, sap removal, so easy. So, I mean, we're here. We're going for it. Luckily, I do have just like about that much left of alcohol in my van, so I'm hoping that's enough. We got a lot of sap on this thing. I'll show you in a quick minute, but I'm gonna finish dressing it and then we're gonna get to work on the exterior. All right, so I just finished up the interior of this Land Rover, and let's make our way to the exterior. We have a lot of bees. I've ended up having to vacuum them up today because they're so brutal. I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of specks of sap on the windows. You can see it here. And then lots of sap just kind of everywhere. All over the hood, all over the top of the vehicle. Big old mess. So what I think I'm gonna do is first, we're gonna rinse the entire vehicle off, try to get off as much debris as possible, and then I'll start working on the sap. So I do have a plastic razor, and I'm just gonna go see what I can, oh boy, I'm sticking to it. See what I can do with that on the glass. Scrape some of it off with my plastic razor because it is really hot. At least get some of the gunk off. I just very gently just want to see. That might be of benefit. I'm only doing this if it's coming off. I'm not putting any pressure on this. What I do know is that I removed a tiny bit of sap from my husband's vehicle the other day, and he has a vinyl wrap on his car, his van, and it definitely scratched it using the microfiber cloth. So that is one thing I know, that the cloth is gonna scratch it. So I'm just gonna be super gentle. I want to remove as much as I can, very gently, with this razor. It's so gooey. Thankfully, the entire roof, or at least 90% of the roof on this vehicle, is glass. So that is nice. Now, I did tell the client that this was going to be an additional charge, and I told her it would be $75 an hour to remove the sap. I said I didn't know how long it would take, but it'd probably take less than an hour, so I'm just timing it as I go from start to finish with just the sap removal here. The bees have been all over this vehicle. Like I said, there was like swarms of like 20, and I just had to start sucking them up with my shop vac. And I left that over there. That's just my like spare shop vac. But I don't really like yellow jackets. And they were everywhere. All right, just freaking move. This is moving right along. While I'm up here, I'm noticing a massive amount of pine needles all in here. So I'm just gonna take my pick and just very gently just kind of lift a lot of them out. I'd seen a lot of comments on steam and how steam can really help, and I can see why. Luckily, it's a nice warm day today, and come on, bees, leave me alone. Surface of the paint is really warm, so it is melting that, softening that sap up for me, but I can see how steam would most definitely soften the sap up to make it easier to remove. I'm gonna take my super plush towel and a little rubbing alcohol and clean some of this up and see how it comes out. Move. Oh yeah, oh boy, oh, leave me alone. So like I said, what I'm using here is just the 90% isopropyl alcohol and my microfiber towel. I've heard a lot of people say that the Coke Chemi Ulex is really great at removing sap as well. And I can definitely see how softening the sap and removing the excess helps a ton. You'll most likely be sacrificing your microfiber towel, but look how easily it removes the sap. It just comes right off. I'm assuming that whatever excess you do see here is going to come off in the wash, but if it doesn't, I'm just going to make sure I go through after I'm done washing the vehicle and remove whatever needs removing at that point in time. So like I said earlier, when I had removed sap from my husband's vinyl wrap, I noticed that the microfiber towel did leave some scratches behind. So I'm using my super plush microfiber towel. I am being as incredibly gentle as I can possibly be. And I'm also being super aware to not go beyond just the sap that's there. I'm trying not to touch any paint other than just the little spot of sap. I'm also moving through my microfiber towel. So if I remove sap using one part of my towel and then going onto a clean part of my towel, so I'm not scratching any of those remnants and contaminants into the clear coat of the car. Man, this really does come off so easy. So now I'm just gonna go through and just wipe the windows down real quick just to remove that sap before I bother getting into my exterior wash here. If you guys have any questions or any suggestions on the sap removal process, feel free to leave a comment below. A lot of you guys are very experienced detailers, and I always appreciate your comments and suggestions and expertise. So I didn't film the entire exterior wash here, but what I did do is I went through and I did my full exterior wash in detail, and then I went through and I cleaned all of the exterior of the windows As I was going through and cleaning the exterior of the windows, I noticed little bits of sap here and there that still needed removing, so I went through with the alcohol and microfiber towel, and I did that. The client was ecstatic with the finish. They were so happy I was able to get all of the sap off, and they were so happy that their vehicle looked new again that they booked me again for their second vehicle. And that was it. It was that simple. So I just used the 90% isopropyl alcohol. I used my rag from the rag company, so super plush rag from the rag company. I always keep those in my mobile unit. And yeah, that plastic razor. I'll make sure I have that razor linked below for you. I mean, it's just a plastic razor, nothing too fancy, but I'll put that in the notes for you guys in the description and have that link. And that's about it. So I hope this helps to take away any intimidation that you may feel around sap removal, but super simple. It took about 45 minutes. It was $75 an hour, so an extra couple bucks for me on that detail, which was awesome. Thanks so much for being a part of the community on this channel. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. If you liked the video, if this was helpful, give it a thumbs up. That kind of helps me, helps the algorithm, you know, all those good things. And we'll see you guys next time.